Yo, what up, motherfuckers? It's your father, NECRO, and I'm here to teach you how to be a fucking man. So check this shit out. So, you know, the video I made about Lord Jamar, Fat Joe, and the FBA situation, it did very well. It went viral. So, I was watching this Art of Dialogue. It was kind of like a rant from Lord Jamar, and it was interesting. And some of the shit he said was very interesting, you know. Some of it made sense. Not going to just say he was totally off point or anything like that, you know. He made some points regarding different things. Kind of like it was like, I felt it was like debating, you know, some of the shit I said. But there was one specific thing that he said that stood out to me that I felt was off point and was wrong. And that's why I'm making this video. He was basically saying if Latinos were, you know, so much part of hip-hop, or what Joe was claiming, you know, as far as being part of the foundation and whatever, why isn't there more Latino rappers? You know, and then he went on to name a couple. I think he said Cardi B, Beatnuts, you know. He said he couldn't even name 10 that were big. You know, he was having a hard time. And to the outside world who doesn't really know hip-hop, and somebody who might not be Latino or white, they might think his argument makes sense. Like, oh yeah, why isn't there more Latinos? Well, the reason, in my opinion, you can let me know what you think, it's because of what I was talking about in my other video, racism in hip-hop. The reason you don't see more Latinos and more white rappers that are big is racism. Hip-hop is racist. Simple and fucking plain. Okay? So, because there's tons of dope Latino rappers, and there's tons of dope white rappers, but it's always going to be in the industry, you're not as good as Eminem, so you can't drop. You're not as good as Big Pun, so you can't drop. Well, that's like saying to any black rapper, you're not as good as Jay-Z. You're not as good as Snoop and Dre, so you can't drop. No. The point that I had made in the racist video that I put up is you can have a garbage rapper like Soulja Boy come out, but you're not allowed to be garbage if you're a white or Latino. Now, I know certain people are going to say, yeah, but you got your Vanilla Ice and this and that. But I'm actually addressing the point Lord Jamar made, that there is not a lot of Latino rappers that are blowing up. He couldn't even name 10. And I'm sure he probably couldn't name 10 white rappers that he thinks deserve to be huge, you know? It's all about Eminem. Everything's about Eminem or Pun. And then now Joe, you know? Because rest in peace to Pun. So I think there's a reason for this, okay? It's not just blacks in the industry that are racist, in the hip-hop industry, against white rappers and Latino rappers. It's the whole industry itself. Okay? So understand what I'm saying now. So I'm a Jew myself, but there's Jews in the music industry, lefties. They don't like me. And they get along with the blacks and the Latinos in the industry that all like to gatekeep. Most of them are not really good rappers. They can't rap themselves. They're like failed musicians. They get power as A&Rs and you know, they're gatekeepers. They basically gatekeeper, okay? And yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'll have to fucking I'll have to edit that part out, I guess. But basically, they're pieces of shit. And they come in all colors. And The mentality that it used to be with these motherfuckers is, oh, he's Latino, he's not marketable. Gerardo. Or, it's LA gang culture type, Vato shit. That can't blow up, Oh, he's a white boy, he's not marketable, But then they let one get through so that motherfuckers could have a monopoly over that fan base. So you'll have your Eminem, but everybody else has to be smaller than him. Same thing with Pun. Okay, that's the way the industry is racist, in my opinion. It does not give a chance to people that are fucking dope from all cultures. So when Lord Jamar says, well, where are they all? It's because the fucking industry don't let it. Because the industry are fucking haters. Like, look at me. I'm incredible. My fan base is huge. I know you're going to say numbers don't mean nothing. Lord Jamar proved it in his interview, Lord Jamar made some good points that he was like, Fat Joe's big and but he's loved by the people and he's a legend and But you can't erase the fact that nobody in the hood is listening to Lord Jamar, because then his numbers would be bigger. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about that he's keeping it real and maybe Joe's keeping it commercial. The fact of the matter is Lord Jamar in the last 20 years has not made any good music. So there's a good chance that he's using this to get himself built bigger now. Because there's rappers that are new jacks that are just nobodies that have 20,000 monthly Spotify listeners. Okay, so if you're a legend like Lord Jamar and you only have 5,000, that means there's nobody listening to you. I mean, it's like, that's the lowest tier. So they might like you as like a legend on podcasts and shit like that, but ain't nobody checking for the music. And you could say, oh, numbers don't mean nothing. No, they do mean something, because they mean whether or not people are checking for you. If nobody's checking for you, your numbers will be low. Simple. So the point I'm making is I'm awesome. I had to do it independently. Motherfuckers hated on me, so I was forced to do it myself. I just couldn't get these industry fuckfaces to show me proper love. I kept getting shitted on, so I did it the Master P route, And I think it's very hard. A lot of people can't do it, you know what I mean? So, and that's why I was mentioning the Fat Beats era, because you had a lot of Latinos. See, Lord Jamar might mention that he doesn't see any big rappers because he's comparing them to a world he's not even a part of. So if he's comparing it to his level, there's probably 1,000 Latino rappers that have more numbers than Lord Jamar. And this is not dissing Lord Jamar now. This video is not meant to shit on him. I'm bringing the debate of this subject. I'm not letting it just end with him saying, whoa, Latinos, this is not a lot of rappers. Now, there's tons, you know what I mean? And there's tons of white rappers, and they rap just as good as anybody of any color. You know what I'm saying? Skills are not judged by your skin color. Skills, it's like anything, you know what I'm saying? If you practice, you put in the fucking work, you'll be good. If you don't put in the work, you won't be good. And there's other things you got to do, But anyway, the point of the matter is, let me know what you think. This is going to be a short video. 10 minutes, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And let me know if you agree with my view that argument that Jamar presented about Latino rappers, that's bullshit. I'm not going to debate anything else he said, because that's kind of between him and Fat Joe. I feel like he has a personal beef brewing, and he wants to sell records, and he wants to get his numbers up. Realize one thing, if Lord Jamar's numbers go up from 5,000 to like 20,000, it's because of this thing with Fat Joe. So it's a good thing for him to put himself against a Latino, and and it worked out for him. Joe basically made it easy for Jamar to fuel this beef, because Jamar's standing on truth. This is facts, and it is what it is. I kind of feel like it's dividing, and I think Latinos should get their respect, and this should not be a narrative now. But, you know, there'll be tons of comments in here. Fuck you, white boy. Da-da-da. You ain't got no business. Da-da-da. That's cool. You want to be racist? I mean, really? You know, probably 99% of anybody who's going to write fuck you, white boy, you don't make beats and you don't write rhymes. So are you even part of hip-hop culture? No, because hip-hop's mine. I own it. It's ours. But you don't make it. So how the fuck is it yours? That was very interesting. I just want to shout out Sadat X because I like the way Sadat X handled shit. He didn't turn his back on Joe. He kept it real. And he got attacked. And he held his own. And that's respectable, actually. I see a lot of people trying to disrespect him. But, nah. He knows the dude 30 years. He's going to turn his back on somebody he knows in the street. 30 years? I don't, you know. So I'm wondering, are any of you peeps that are commenting, are you even hip-hop heads? Or do you just want to claim hip-hop without doing it? Like, yo, that's ours. I mean, let me hear some of the legends like G-Rap and Kane and KRS-One and Eric B. Let me hear them say Fat Joe's out of line and, you know, and it's ours and all that. If I don't hear them saying it, I don't know. I ain't going to take some faceless people online, you know. But I don't dispute, you know, that black people invented hip-hop. There's no dispute for me on that. But I do believe other cultures helped and were involved. And definitely white people were there supporting it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? With whatever they did that maybe wasn't the cool shit. You know, maybe it was behind the scenes business shit. Definitely it was in the samples. Apache is made by a white guy. The sampler was made by a white person. The turntable was made by a white person. So white people were involved. Okay? But yeah, we weren't the cool motherfuckers. But Latinos definitely were in the hood and more abundant. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just opening up debate for you motherfuckers to talk because it's very interesting. Know what I mean? And y'all, you know, my last video got like 1,500 comments and like 20,000 fucking views in a day. So obviously, this is a good topic. So fuck it. Let's keep it moving. Know what I mean? Salute to the real heads and everybody who gets it. You know what it is.